That should be illegal. I'm just gonna say it right here. If you run for president, will you promise?
I promise. You have my word.
Absolutely. Are you freaking kidding me? Yes.
Cheers.
This is it. Hot take done. Goodbye, everybody. Hi friends, it's Shuba. Welcome back to my channel. Thanks for being here. Now, this is a little bit of a different video than my normal vlogs or my sit-down chats. As you can see, we have my friend Logan here. Say hi, Logan.
Hello.
And I wanted to do a sit-down chat just talking about bookish hot takes. If you don't know what a hot take is, it's just an opinion about a specific topic. So today we're just going to be talking about book-related things. I was going to just sit and talk to the camera myself with a glass of wine, but I thought it would be a lot better and more fun to invite Logan to chat along with me since she reads books as well. We have our glass of wine, our big glass of wine. It's as big as our faces. We are just sipping and we're going to talk about our specific hot takes. I have a list of questions that we're going to go over, but before we started, I thought we could just talk about Logan a little bit and she can tell us a little bit about herself so you all can get to know her a little bit better. So I do have a few questions for her. What book got you back into reading?
You know this.
I do know this.
Verity, Colleen Hoover.
Such a good one. It's such an easy read.
It is.
Yeah.
Big old twist too.
Yeah, the end was crazy. Honestly, I think that ending could have led to a sequel, but I really liked how open-ended it was, and I liked how
got people talking afterwards.
Yeah, that was a good one. If you haven't read Verity, but you have read The Silent Patient by Alex Michaelides, then Verity is a good one to read as well. That one's fun.
Which one do you like better?
I have to say Verity better because I think that's just the one I remember the most. Silent Patient is really, really good, and I do like it a lot, but Verity just has a place in my heart, you know? Just read it first. All right, what are your favorite genres?
Smut.
I'll cheers to that. Don't we all? No, but really, what are your favorite genres?
But really? You know this, I'm a thriller girly. Just something about the fast-paced reads, I like it.
Yeah.
I have been getting more into historical fiction and fantasy though, and that's been a lot of fun.
Love that. I need to read more historical fiction. She's doing it for me.
I'm trying. I feel like I'm still picky because I don't want to pick up a historical fiction and have it be a drag.
Yeah. Have you read any Kristen Hanna books?
Mm-mm.
I think you'd really like them. Even I like them.
Which one should I start with?
The first one I read was The Great Alone, and it is beautiful.
Okay.
It takes place in Alaska, and it's a wild adventure. It's really sad, though. I feel like all of her books are always sad.
That's probably why I haven't read any.
No, but they're really beautiful. They're good. If you have read any Kristen Hanna books, drop down in the comments below and tell Logan which one she should start with.
Please.
Do you have a recent book that you read and you loved?
How recent?
This year, maybe?
Shoot.
If you don't have a favorite, you can go back to last year as well, or when you got into reading, I suppose.
Okay, well, this is last year, but A Court of Mist and Fury, I've been trying to chase this high.
It's a hard one.
But this year, haven't had a lot of 5-star reads, I don't feel like, but historical fiction, City of Girls by Elizabeth Gilbert. I wouldn't say it was like fast-paced, but it was enough of like a trail of like things to keep me going. You know what I mean?
Yeah. What is your favorite part about reading, or why do you love to read?
I feel like this is the most cliche answer, but a little escape from reality. After work, I can crawl into my bed, horizontally, Kindle, lights off.
Lights off, book on. No, I love that. I mean, I think everyone has their own reason as to why, and if it's going to de-stress, then it's the perfect way to do it. I mean,
what's your reason?
My reason, I think I'd have to say, is not only because it's a way to de-stress after work, but I really like it because you're able to transport yourself into a book or into another world. You're able to put yourself in the main character's shoes and kind of read the book as if you're there.
Take me to the night court.
Yeah. The last question I have for you before we get started is, what are you currently reading right now?
A buddy read with yours truly.
It's me.
Assassin's Blade.
Yay! I have been trying to get Logan to read Throne of Glass for such a long time.
It's finally happening.
It's finally happening, and I'm so excited for my reread. Cheers!
Cheers!
Thanks for sharing, Logan. We will get started with these questions. Grab your beverage of choice. Get cozy.
Make it a big glass.
And comfy. Yes, make it as big as it can be. I think we each fit half a bottle in our wine glasses. I hope you get some laughs with us, and can't wait to talk to you about our popular or unpopular opinions with these bookish hot takes. We're gonna start off easy so we can ease ourselves in.
Okay.
Logan, physical bookmarks or choose your own adventure type of bookmark?
What do you mean by choose your own adventure type of bookmark?
Whatever you can find.
Like a
if you don't have,
like,
if you don't have a bookmark, like an actual bookmark.
Okay, like a business card from the office, if you're reading at the office.
Don't tell her boss.
I am a physical bookmark girly.
Okay, yes.
And I actually brought mine with me.
Do you know how to show people?
From watching you, yeah.
Oh, hell yeah. Okay, yeah.
Tell me
how I'm doing. She's my number one fan.
Tell me how I'm doing. Can you see it?
Yeah, we could maybe describe it for us too. What is it?
Okay, this is a 3D printed bookmark that my brother 3D printed for me. Love you, Corb. And it has like little texture on it, and it has like paw prints 3D printed in there, and it actually looks just like my Neff Pup King.
So mostly just physical bookmarks.
Mm-hmm. An actual bookmark. Unless I'm reading 2 physical books at the same time, which doesn't happen a lot. Then for the second book, it's a choose my own adventure.
She only has one bookmark, you guys.
One bookmark.
For me, lately, I have so many bookmarks lying around.
Really?
Just in a pile, but for me, it's choose my own adventure. Right now, I am annotating a book, so I've been using the annotating tabs. I'll do that, but the weirdest thing that I've ever used as a bookmark, and this is a follow-up question for you, since you've done a choose your own adventure. Okay. I think one time I used a remote as as a bookmark. It's just readily available.
Maybe a fork?
Fork? I hope it was clean.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe not a fork.
No questions asked. So kind of going back into more of those bookmarks, what are your thoughts on physically damaging a book? Like dog-earing a book, shall I say?
I don't do it. Do you?
I don't do it.
Why don't you do it?
I just think you're harming the book, so I don't do it. But it's funny because I annotate books now. So now I don't really have a real reason. It's very hypocritical of me.
But I think like annotating is different than like folding the page.
Yeah, you're ruining the page.
Yeah. And then when you close it, you can like tell.
Yeah. Yes!
Even when you've unfolded it, undog-eared it.
It's a win for us. Both agreed.
No dog ears.
Yeah, cheers. No dog ears. And so we kind of got into this already. Do you annotate books?
I don't.
Okay. Have you ever thought about it, or are you just like a definite no annotating?
I'm not a definite no, but I think my reason for not is I'd get into it and then I'd be like, why did I annotate this? Like, what significance does this have? Or I'll like look back and regret annotating something and not something else.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't know what to annotate. That's my thing.
But I think the whole point of annotating is in that moment what you find interesting and what you find to be important or relevant.
It's daunting.
It is. I do feel like when you annotate a book, it takes you a little bit longer than it does take you to read a book, because you have to sit there and highlight and like get your tabs out, get your colors out. Yeah. It's a whole activity.
And do you use the same colors for every book, or do you change it up?
Every book I do different set of colors. It just depends on the cover of the book. I kind of try to match it a little bit.
Cute. Same with tabs? I mean...
Yeah, same with tabs. If you couldn't tell by now, I do annotate. Let's move on now. So, when we were talking about books, now getting into the cover of the book. Thoughts on now a motion major picture or a TV adaptation sticker? I hope we agree on this.
I feel like we should.
I feel like we do.
If I know I want the physical book and that's my only option to get that with the sticker, I'll get it. But if there's one without the sticker or the...
Yeah. Okay, yeah. Yeah. I think it's ruining the book when you have the TV adaptation if you can't take the sticker off.
Yeah.
I
so
hate
do you
that.
buy them or you don't?
No, I don't normally buy them. No. That should be illegal. I'm just gonna say it right here. That hot take done. Goodbye, everybody. Okay, now still talking about covers here.
Okay.
Do you judge a book by its cover?
A little.
Yeah. How so? Is there anything that you don't like about a cover and then you're like, I won't get that? Or do you have like a pet peeve with covers?
I think my hot take with covers is that romance covers is why I haven't gotten into romance.
Is it the people?
It's like the... I'm getting hot and heated.
All of my romance down here.
Pull this one out.
We have The Fake Mate as an example by Lana Ferguson.
Thank you. Yeah, that's a good example for me.
Okay.
I just feel like it's cartoony. It's not giving I'm a grown-up gal trying to read a romance.
That is so fair.
Bring me back to when the romance covers were that man riding on his horse on the beach.
Shoot, I don't think
I'm
I have any
boycotting
of those.
romance until those covers come back. Hot take.
That's so funny you say that because this cover I would read because of the cover. I would read it. I love the cartoons. Like I love.
You do.
Yeah, but the thing is, if there is a cover with like an actual human being, I don't like it. An example that I don't like, even though it is a little bit cartoon, is the original Throne of Glass covers. I hate them. I own them. I don't like covers that have actual humans on them, like real life style.
Yeah, I get
Yeah, so I'd rather read a book that has a cartoon on it.
Okay.
Yeah. Now we're getting into reading, when we're actually reading books. Do you DNF books?
I haven't DNF'd lately. It's probably been like years before I really got back into reading that I DNF'd. And I don't think DNFing is a bad thing.
Yeah.
Like if I was starting to read a book that I really just wasn't jiving with,
Yeah.
life's too short. I'd put it to the side. I'd grab the next one.
There was a point in my time where I read every single book. When I started it, I had to finish it.
Yeah.
Life's too short to read books you don't like. You said it. You said it right there. Cheers. I'm honestly trying to DNF more. If there's a book that I can't get into, if there's a book that I'm not jiving with,
Yeah.
there's no point. An example of a very popular book that I DNF'd that I'm a little bit ashamed about, and I know I mentioned this in the wrap-up already, is Ninth House by Leigh Bardugo. Ninth House, the Alex Stern series. I own Ninth House and I own Hellbent. And my kind of rule for myself is to read the books that I own. So I already was feeling guilty about wanting to DNF a book that I own. And I think in that wrap-up that I did, I told myself, and you all, but mostly myself, that I was going to try rereading it and try picking it up in the fall, because it's a very fall type of book. But I recently just got rid of it because I just decided it's just wasting shelf space. I don't think I'm actually going to read it. I've learned about myself that I don't like dark academia.
I don't either.
It's not for me. It's not for you either. But wine is. I like this one. I've been sitting with this one for a really long time, so I'm excited to get Logan's input on this. And any of you all, so let me know in the comments down below. Do you follow a specific rating system? Is it 5 stars? What are your thoughts on 0.25s and 0.75s?
I will say that the only rating system I have, I got from you in one of your videos. You mentioned that you'll only rate a book 5 stars if you read it again. I'll do like a half star. Obviously you can't do it on Goodreads, but in my head I'll do a half star. I'm not going down to like 1/4 of a star, but I think that's just me, and like I don't read hundreds of books a year.
So you're a 5-star girly. A lot of the Goodreads and Storygraph and Fable, they have a 5-star system. And I have recently just been like, it's getting too specific for me. And I still believe that a 5-star for me is a book that I'm going to reread again. A book that I love so much that I will reread again. But lately I've been thinking about how I want to just put it to 3 stars.
How do people know, like, oh, Shuba rates this 2 out of how many?
That's exactly. How are people going to know on Goodreads what 2 out of 5 means to somebody? This is something that has been going on in my head for a long time. It's how are we supposed to know someone's rating system unless they actually say it? Mm-hmm. Because a 5 for us is something that we're going to reread again, but a 5 for someone else might be just like, it was good, I loved it, but I'm not going to reread it again.
Yeah.
So people's rating systems are so different. I'm trying to simplify it for myself. I have been trying to simplify my rating system to really just 3 stars. I don't really ever put a 2 for very many books because I don't really know what that means for me. Mm-hmm. I usually have like a 0, which is a DNF, and then I'll have 5, right, which is a book that I absolutely love. So then I would say maybe a 3 is a bronze medal. It was good. It was good. A 4 is I really liked it.
Is it a silver medal?
A silver medal.
Okay.
Yeah. And then a 5 is gold star. I absolutely loved it. I would reread it. So I've been dabbling with the idea of changing it for myself. But in the end, I think it's whatever matters for you and what's easiest for you, because no one really knows your rating system. But we just always talk about the rating system.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
With rating systems and writing reviews, do you have a specific app that you use to track everything? Do you use Goodreads, Fable, Storygraph, something we haven't heard of yet?
No. I mean, nothing you haven't heard of yet. I do use apps. Goodreads. I use Goodreads.
Okay, yep.
I think it's easy to track what I've read, what I want to read. I also use Fable, but I find that less easy to like keep track. I know they have similar lists just like Goodreads does, but I don't know, Goodreads is my place for that. But I do love Fable because I think I've told you this before. And it's like Goodreads and Twitter/X had a baby.
I don't think you've told me this before. No.
And people post more than just updates like, oh, I want to read this, or oh, I finished this.
I noticed that.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah. Fun. Actually. Sorry, are you done?
Yeah, I'm done.
Oh, okay, great. I use Storygraph because if you all don't know, it is woman-owned. It's Black woman-owned and an independent app, which is very cool, and that's really why I decided to get rid of Goodreads, because honestly, the UX on Goodreads just sucks. And Storygraph is a little bit better. It's a lot newer, and they always have updates, and they're working on their bugs, but I really like Storygraph because of their buddy reading system. Very similar to Fable. It also gives you, for each month or whatever date range that you do choose, you can select and it'll give you your kind of wrap up for that month or for that year, which I don't think Goodreads does. I recently, actually, since you said you use Fable, I got back into Fable. So add me on Fable. I'll link it down below. Add Logan on Fable. I've been liking it. Yeah. So I use both Storygraph and Fable for now. I think I really like the idea of Fable because their book clubs are really fun. Yeah. And also, like you mentioned, the random stuff you get on your home page is fun too. Yeah. And you get books that I've never seen before. And I'm a big cover girl. I was going to say maybe it's Maybelline, but that's the wrong brand. I like to see the covers of the books when I'm also reading the synopsis.
So you can judge by them, yeah.
Pretty much. Yeah. Did I answer that question? Did I say I judge a book by its cover?
I don't think you actually answered.
I do. Okay. There.
Now we know.
We know. Next question is, are you a physical book or a ebook reader? Do you have a preference? I know you do both.
Yeah. I say I'm a physical book girl until it's a big old book and I want to be in bed.
Yep.
And then I want to be a Kindle girl.
Yeah. And you are. Kind of both then.
Yeah, but I refuse to buy a physical book and then buy it on the Kindle.
Same cheers. Okay, yeah. Unless it's like free or at the library. I am the same way. I used to be an ebook girl. Through and through, but lately it's been physical just because I think I can annotate. Yeah. And I like that, especially for videos and things that I make. So I would say I'm a physical book girl. But
even with your Kobo?
Even with I do love my Kobo Libra Color. If you have not watched my video yet, I'll link it right up here. I just talk about the Kobo Libra Color and how it is compared to my Kindle Oasis, which I still use. That's all I'll say. We'll move on now. So with our physical books that you do own, Are you a paperback or a hardcover?
Paperback.
Yes. Yes.
Cheers.
This is it. This is why we're friends.
End it.
This is it. Oh my goodness. I hate that hardcovers come out first. Have you noticed that?
Mm-hmm.
And then you have to wait a whole year for the paperback.
Yes.
It drives me crazy.
Mm-hmm. For me, it's a mix between I don't want this hardcover, but also I don't want to pay $30 for it.
They're so much more expensive. Who do we talk to get this changed? If you run for president, will you promise?
I promise. You have my word.
I mean, all of mine are paperback minus my hardcover section over there behind Logan. This is a really good hot take that I stand by. And I think she should add to her presidency. Logan, do you think that a physical copy that you purchase should come with a Kindle or ebook
You
version?
answer first.
Absolutely. Are you freaking kidding me?
What she said.
Yes. The fact that we have to purchase a physical copy, but then also the ebook version.
Mm-hmm. They're doing us dirty.
Yeah, they are. It's what is this what is this economy that we live in? Well, we got to keep this going. Cheers to that. Do you listen to audiobooks, and do you think you consider them as reading? Do they count as reading?
I will start by saying I just listened, not all the way through, but I just listened to my first audiobook in my life on Sunday because I got this book on the Kindle for book club that was happening on Sunday. Bought it a few days prior. The Girl Who Was Taken by Charlie Domlia or something like that. It's a thriller.
We'll put it right here.
So I bought it a few days prior on the Kindle, and I saw the reading time. You know how they always put the reading time on the Kindle?
Yeah.
It said like 5.5 hours. I'm like,
easy breezy.
Great, I'll get it done by Sunday at 1.
Cover girl. Did you finish?
No. So I'm like 2 hours before the meeting on Sunday, and I was 62% through, and I was like, oh
Turn
my
up that speed.
God. No, I was still reading on the Kindle at this point. I was like, I'm not getting through with this. Like, this is way more than the reading time on the Kindle says. Oh my God. So I had to call my older brother, and I was like, Jalen, like, I know you've done audiobooks before. Like, please help me. How do I download Audible? I need it now. So I download Audible, and I love that it picked up right where I left off on the Kindle. I was not expecting that. I thought I was going to have to find a spot.
No, because Audible and Amazon, they have like a thing. They're in bed together.
Integrated?
Yeah.
So that was a nice surprise for me. It still said if I was listening on normal speed, I had like 4 hours to go, so I sped that up. And I listened to it on like 2 times the speed.
Wow. You definitely sped that up. That's like Fast and Furious.
Anyway, I didn't finish it. I was like 87% in by the time book club started, so I was like, I'm gonna get spoilers, it's fine. And I finished reading on my Kindle after book club. So anyway, all that to say, that was my first ever Audible experience.
Would you do it again?
I would do it again, but I still don't count them as reading. That's my hot take. I'm sorry.
We don't agree.
I knew that was gonna happen.
Oh.
I know so many people consider it reading, and I'm not here to argue or anything, but to me it's not reading.
There was an Instagram post that I wish I remembered, and maybe if I can find it, I'll put it right here. But if I can't find it right here, I'll put the bottle of wine that we're drinking right now. Reese Witherspoon said that listening to audiobooks is reading, and she is God.
Yeah.
She's queen. Yeah. So what she says goes.
She trumps my opinion.
Oh, for sure. True. Maybe she should run for president. Maybe we can talk to her about all the changes we want made with reading. Yeah. So. Okay. But we disagree. Womp womp. This is a fun one. Okay. Is reading a bad book worse than watching a bad movie?
It is.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why?
Usually I'll invest more time into a book than I do into a movie. I
agree. I think especially with movies and our senses, there's so much more to watching a book. What? Watching a movie than reading a book. And if you don't like reading a book that you're reading, it just gets so boring. Yeah. And you don't want to keep doing it. But with a movie, like you said, you're only spending X amount of time watching it. This one makes me angry lately. Spotify playlists at the beginning of the book.
I haven't came across that.
Okay, you need to read Butcher and Blackbird.
Okay.
By Bryn Weaver. It's a really good one.
I'll read
it's
it.
really fun.
I might join a random Fable book club and read it.
Oh my gosh, yeah, you should. So you haven't really encountered that.
The Spotify playlist? No.
Yeah. I have, and I don't like it. The author will curate a playlist for people to listen to while they're reading the book. And they put the playlist on like the cover, like one of the first few pages.
Okay.
So you can pull up with the QR code, or you can search it on Spotify and it'll pull it up to that album playlist. I guess for me, I either try to listen to background music. I don't need like Blink 182 playing while I'm reading a chapter.
And these playlists are like Blink 182
These
vibes?
playlists, they're like hot like artists, and they're like popular songs. I think we would agree, so we'll cheers to that.
We agree.
I know you don't have to listen to that playlist, but I just don't like they're starting to do that now. I don't like it.
It's probably just a fad.
No, yeah, maybe. I mean, while I've been reading the author's book, I don't need to know what they were listening to while they're writing the book too.
Yeah.
Okay, 2 more questions. What are your thoughts on not every book has to have a happy ending?
So I'd say a book that I know doesn't have a happy ending isn't for me, but I feel like there's a time and a place for it.
I think that's a really good answer. I have to agree with you. I think that not everything is happy-go-lucky. And some of my favorite movies or books don't have a happy ending. And last question before we finish off. Going back to covers with movies to TV adaptations. What are your thoughts on books to movies / TV adaptations? Do you love them? Do you hate them?
Well, the book is always better than the movie.
Okay, funny you say that. I think maybe you should start with this for your first rom-com. Better Than the Movies by Lynn Painter.
You haven't read it yet. It's on your TBR.
No, I know. We can read it together. Okay, yeah.
I can live with that cover.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, it's such a cute cover. It's such a cute cover. Anyway, I interrupted. Sorry.
Yeah, the book's always better than the movies. I'll watch the movie, but I think the book will always have a special place in my heart.
Yeah.
Like, I read Dark Matter recently.
Yeah.
And I think that's a movie now, so I'll have to watch it.
I do agree with you. I think that the book is always better than the movies. All right, everybody, those are our hot takes. I had a lot of fun.
I did too. Thank you.
Yay, thank you. Thank you. Thank you for being here. I hope you all had a good time, and I will list the hot take questions in the description down below, and I would love for you to answer them because I would love to know what you think, and Logan would too.
Whose side are you on?
Yeah. Yeah, we're President Logan over here, future President Logan. I'll be the VP. How about that?
I think we'd work great together.
Yeah, I think so too. Wine for everybody. Wine for everybody. Paperbacks before hardcovers. Always. No stickies saying it's a TV adaptation. I think we'd run really well together. Yeah. Thank you so much. We're going to end it right here and finish our glass of wine. Until next time, I will see you in another video. You probably won't see Logan in my next video, but maybe she'll come back. Who knows? We will talk to you later. Bye, everybody. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I was thinking the same thing. We did it.